Okay, we're rolling. Aurora, thank you
Perfect.
so much for being here.
Thank you for having me and inviting me to your podcast.
Yeah, thank you for the delicious looking delicacies that you brought. Can you tell me about Aurora Bakery, you know, how it got started?
Yes. So first, it's not Aurora Bakery, it's Aurore
Okay.
Bakery. But in French, it's Aurore.
Oa?
Aurore.
Oa. Yeah,
Yes.
that's what I was saying.
But yes. Oh, excuse me.
Yeah.
That's your French accent, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
I actually took French when I was a kid.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't know any of it.
Well, you know croissant.
Yeah.
You know baguette.
Yep.
Here you go.
Yeah.
You know?
So what year did you open here?
So we opened the brick and mortar bakery in May 2023. So we are going to celebrate our third year in May this year. But before that, I was doing farmers market and pop-up events at brewery or cannery district, etc. And I was baking out of my kitchen with a cottage license.
Nice. And how much are you still baking a lot these days?
Not anymore, because now I am very happy to have trained an amazing team who is crushing it. So I am not baking too much anymore, but I am still in for some training sometimes, and just to try some new things and all what we put on our menu. We are changing like monthly specials, so I am still involved in everything, but I'm not baking myself anymore.
Are your bakers, are any of them, are they all from the US or where are they from in the world?
Right now, yes, we have one person who has a green card and is totally from here. No, you know what? Absolutely not. No, we have two French people.
Okay.
So there is the COO, there is another person who is the lead barista, and another barista who is from Belarus.
And the COO, is that your sister?
Yes.
And you guys are twins, and I'm still not sure
Yes.
which one is sitting in front of me.
I can show you my ID if you want.
Okay, no, but I still won't know if it's you or her. You'll look the same.
Exactly.
So is she doing any baking now?
No, she is not a baker. She's trying everything though. That's the best part, right? So she's not a baker at all. She's doing everything else than baking.
Okay. And what can you tell me about the way, your culture, the way you bake, and what is different about it than the US?
Okay, so I know a lot about French cuisine, but I don't know a lot about American cuisine. The only thing that I can be sure is we are using a different flour than here, what you can find around here in Montana. I think we are the only one importing the flour from France. Still the only one. I don't know, maybe one day someone will do it too, but it's extremely complicated and expensive, and especially right now with the tariffs, it's complicating a lot. But we will see. We are still making it. So this is very different because the flour from France is ancient grain and has not been modified over the years. And in the US, if you look at the back of the ingredient in a flour bag, you will see maybe like 7 to 8 additives to the flour, and those are making you sick. This is why there is a lot of gluten intolerant people in the US. And I never heard about that before I moved here, because in France, we don't have those people who are intolerant and getting sick because of that. I'm not a doctor, but I'm not sure it's because of the wheat. It's more because of all the things that they put within the bag next to the flour, who is making people sick. So it's different because we have gluten intolerant people who are coming to the bakery and they're totally fine. So sometimes we have like people coming and they're like, it's been 7 years that I did not have anything with gluten, and now I can have that every day, and you changed my life, and thank you so much for being here. So
That's exciting. I want to bring some of your stuff to my sister. She's about 4 hours north of here, but she has pretty bad gluten intolerance. And it like pretty quick, I know she'll break out, and then like I know some stuff she'll eat and she'll have to go to the bathroom within a couple minutes. And we were talking about Cy, a mutual friend of ours. He said when he came to the US, he put on a bunch of weight.
Yeah.
Still eating the same, like a similar diet, but there's so much stuff in it.
Yes, I Yep, I know that.
And I think also, from what I understand, there's a lot of chemicals that's sprayed on our wheat and everything here that's not legal.
Yes, there is a lot that in the US it's authorized for food
Mhm.
and pesticide and all that, even the coloring, that in Europe and especially in France, it's totally forbidden, like for years. So I don't want to be too politically involved, but there is a lot to work on, I think, in the US to make population healthier. But I also think that because of the, how do I say that? The uh, health and medication industry in the US, they want you to be sick.
Yeah,
And it's not the case in France because we have health insurance. And if you're sick, then you're going to go to the doctor and ask more from the government and all that. So we are trying to stay healthy because everybody is paying for everybody else. And we can be like, don't do that because I'm paying for you. And here in the US is,
opposite. Yeah,
just
that
like
makes sense.
individual. But then if you are sick and you don't have money, you stay sick.
Hi, folks. Quick note from me. If you don't already know, the goal of Mountain Mule Media is to build real connection between Montana's businesses and the people they serve. If this episode or any other has given you something worth thinking about, smiling at, or passing along, I've got a small ask. Share it with a friend, text it to someone, post it in your story. That one simple action helps these businesses get seen, grow, and thrive, and it helps this show keep going. Thank you for supporting these Montana businesses. Now back to the show. A friend of mine, it's a friend of a friend, but I know they have a restaurant in Southern California. They're from Italy and they have all their pasta shipped over. And I think very similar, same thing, just very different
Yes.
ingredients, but it's very expensive.
It's expensive, and especially right now with all the tariff, and we don't know how it will look like in a year or two, but finger crossed we can still do that. Um, I think it's very smart to bring stuff from your country if you are, saying, "Oh, I have a Italian restaurant," to bring the ingredient from there because the taste is not the same, the texture is not the same. But yes, for example, if I am going to buy a very good olive oil, and if there is two in the store, sorry, and one is from organic USA and the other one is not organic but from Italia, I'm gonna pick the one from Italy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that makes sense too. Organic is it's kind of a very misleading, just a very general term. I grew up on a dairy farm. So I'm like I would just kind of have a different awareness of labels because they usually don't mean all. And I know because I was on a commercial farm and what the label says is not necessarily what you're getting. So you have to
Yeah.
read between the lines with a lot of that stuff.
Yeah, there is a lot sorry, on YouTube or everywhere now on internet that you can get more information about how to choose better your project, and also you need to be careful of who is saying what.
Yeah.
Of course, you need to be very selective and learn a lot to have your own opinion, but I think it's getting better. People want to eat healthier and drink less or things like that, and it's good for everybody to do that and just be conscious of it.
It was actually after I did the podcast with Cy and he was talking about doing the carnivore diet and it just, eliminates a lot of the foods and chemicals. Me and my fiance did it and we did it for like over a month. I had done it before. She dropped almost a ring size.
Oh,
And I think it was inflammation.
wow.
Just inflammation from all the stuff. And I didn't have as big of a reaction because that's primarily how I eat for the most part. But she had like just a very like pretty drastic
Okay.
response from it.
And I think men and women are not uh, made the same and don't react the same, especially with the hormones and the menstrual cycle. So I guess that is impacting a lot of a woman more than like a man, especially if you're already eating a lot
Yeah,
this way.
I disagree. I think we're the exact same.
Oh. Agree to disagree.
How about coffee? Do you think you said you don't know as a lot about the American culture of coffee or food? But is your coffee a lot different? Because I know Sai's like their Albanian culture. As he said, coffee is a sign of respect. Is it a lot different in France as well? The way you guys?
So in France, people drink a lot of coffee, and I'm not sure they are really aware of if it's good or no. It's more like Italian. But because we are so mixed together in Europe, it's coming. I mean, there is a lot of coffee snob. When I say coffee snob, it's not pejorative or negative. It's like they want to know, they want to do it the real way. And I think in the US, they are trying to do that too. So in France, it's you wake up, you smoke a cigarette, and you drink coffee. I don't know if they are too picky about the coffee, but I think it's evolving right now. And in the US, what I can say here, it's with all the syrup pump that people ask to put in their drink, I'm not sure they do that for the taste of it. Most of them, it's more for like the push, the energy push that you have with caffeine. Um, but yes, we have very different type of people, just people who wants to try all the fluff, and it's good. I mean, it's just sweet.
Hmm.
If you like sweet coffee, it's great. And we have other people who are just coming for a perfect latte or a perfect Americano or an espresso just to see like the taste of our shot. And we are importing the beans from Paris. It's roasted in Paris by one of the most high-end coffee roaster. They win like awards all the time. I think they were like the first or the second best roaster of the world like last year. So yeah, we are partnering with is one of my friend, and I didn't know when I told him, "Hey, can I import your coffee for my bakery?" I didn't know it would become so big and so precise, but they are doing a lot of competition, and the blend that we are getting from them is very good. And actually, this year I want to open like a coffee program with maybe pour very, I would say, snobby coffee, but so good because you can have all the flavor and the fermentation and how we pour the water and how long, etc. Yes, develop all the flavor in your coffee.
Yeah, I took a while back. I went to Ghost Town and took like a coffee class,
Mm-hmm.
and it was just like how much you pour it, and you do the circle, and you get the water at the right temperature.
Yes.
And some you pour the water in the filter first, and then put the coffee in. There was a lot to it. I don't. I have an espresso machine at home, which was a gift. So I just generally have espresso. I just like a Americano black. So I just know if it's because I taste it. So if it's good or bad, I can usually
Yes.
tell.
And when you are making an Americano, it's the real taste of the coffee. You don't add milk or syrup or anything. So it's a good way to taste if your espresso is good, because it's just hot water just to make it longer.
Yeah, I know I don't have a really fancy machine or anything, and I didn't even realize this. Someone else told me that you're supposed to only use filtered water in the machine. So I never did that. So
Yes, because it will keep the machine running longer, especially, I mean, it's depending where you live, but sometimes it can be very hard water, so it's preferred.
yeah, that makes sense.
And the taste too.
Yeah, mine's on well water, and I think it is pretty hard water. So
Okay.
I probably need a new machine.
Yes. Or maybe you can just like boil it before and let it cool up. Yes.
So you came here. Your sister was here, and then you came here to visit. Is that right?
Yes. So the story, I will try to keep it short. The story is she went to Vermont Law School in Vermont. She met someone there who moved here. And when she graduated, she moved here, so in Bozeman. And then she established her life here. And I came to visit her for our birthday in March 2020. And then I got stuck here for 3 months, and it was amazing. Like, clearly, I was so happy to be here and not to be in my apartment in Paris, just, locked down in there. And here we were not really impacted yet by the COVID because it was very, like, we are very far away from everything. And I discovered Bozeman, and it was beautiful. So skiing, cross-country skiing, then I remember we went to Moab. So like I bought a mountain bike, I got skis, like I got everything that people are loving and moving to Montana for that. Um, and I decided that I wanted to live here. and come back. So I made this decision very fast and easily. I don't know why it was easy to do. Maybe I was just done with my Parisian life. I miss it, but I think it's way different now, and I love it here. So that's it.
Were you baking? You were baking there before you came here?
No.
So you just decided to start doing this?
Yes.
Your idea, your sister's idea?
No, that was my idea. Yes. I wanted her to be part of that, and I wanted her to create the bakery with me. But very fast she was like, "No, I don't want to do that. Seems very hard." I was like, "Okay, well, I guess I'm gonna do it by myself." But she has been always supportive and here for me all the time.
And do you have a background in business before that?
Not really. I was a real estate agent for 6 years. So yeah, just like I don't know if it's business, but networking, talking to people, learning, and just being comfortable with going into someone's home that I don't know and I am by myself with them. Just like, okay. So no, I did not. It's my real first business that I'm creating. Yeah, when I went back after the 3 months here, I told my team, hey, I'm sorry, I'm gonna leave. So I continue to assist to finish all like closing every how do you say when you sell every
Transactions.
transaction exactly. And at the same time I was doing baking school, and I was going to different bakeries. I trained in 7 or 8 different bakeries before I moved to Bozeman, to be like allowed to do something here. So I was going to the bakery at 2 a.m. or something like that, and I was doing my full day of real estate agent, and then I was going to bed and doing the same after that, until I could come to the US.
And no background in baking before that?
No,
No family members or anything?
no.
That's so interesting. So where did the
Yes.
idea come from? Hey folks, Tim here with Mountain Mule. I've got a quick announcement I wanted to tie in here. I'm excited this year, 2026, this spring, summer, we are officially going to start doing park tours through Yellowstone Park. These will be day tours starting in Bozeman, drop offs ending back in Bozeman, and we can customize that outside of the Bozeman area, being pickups in Big Sky, pickups in West Yellowstone, or any of the surrounding areas. We're building out the program now, so there'll be lots of updates coming through, but please keep us in mind if you've used us for transportation in the past. We're excited to be able to expand what we're doing and have a busier summer for the teams. Look forward to seeing you out there.
The idea, it's actually, I was real estate agent, and when you are not American, you cannot be real estate agent. There is some interesting, and I don't know why, job that you cannot do if you are not American. So, for example, being a real estate agent, being a pilot, or being president. So I was like, oh, I guess I'm not gonna do that. And that was a bummer because you know what? I went to Engel and Volkers with Pollyanna, and she opened her arms to me. She's like, yeah, great, just come start and we will see. And I did, I think, like 2 or 3 days of trial with her here in Bozeman, and I was not speaking English. It was very fun, and I'm still like friends with her. And this is crazy that she was the first person I met here, and now like we delivered 300 pies for Thanksgiving for her, and I'm just like, you see, we're working together now, even if we could not be real estate agent together. So yeah, no, I was not a baker before. I just learned everything.
There's probably too many real estate agents here, though, so you're probably okay.
Yes. So yeah, to come back to your question, sorry, I got
No, you're fine.
sidetrack. I could not be real estate agent, and I called my attorney, which was actually my sister, immigration attorney, and he told me, if you want to stay here, because the only thing you know how to do correctly is being a real estate agent, but you cannot be a real estate agent, so you cannot be sponsored by any other, real estate agency. You need to create something. And if you create something, it will be easier for you to have a link with who you are and where you're from. For example, if you are from Switzerland, you can open, I don't know, a car detail something, or like a watch business, And if you are French, you could do anything French people would do, quote, better than American. I'm not sure if it's always true, but that was the reasoning behind that. And I chose bakery because I really felt that when I was here for 3 months, we did not have enough choices of bakeries. We had some, but it's very limited, and it's not exactly the taste that I was looking for.
When you started, were you doing the flour initially from France, or did you start importing it later?
I started importing it when I was in the brick and mortar location because it's so expensive to ship that I need to ship several pallets at the time. So between 6 to 9 pallets. So it's between 6 tons and 9 tons. So I don't know how much is that in pounds, but
9
9,000
tons would be.
tons
You're saying
probably.
9,000 pounds?
9,000 kilograms.
Yeah, a ton is 2,000 pounds. So you're saying
2.2, I think.
Okay, you could be right.
Yes, because 1 kilogram is 2.2
Okay.
pounds.
So you had to get a lot at once.
Yes.
So you had to be big enough to be able to afford that much.
Yeah. So when I was doing farmers market and all the baking out of my apartment at the beginning, I was using wheat Montana.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. And now you're everything. And you notice a big difference. Is it taste or is it just the effect?
Everything.
Everything.
Yes. The taste, the color, the texture, proofing is different.
I'm gonna get the box that you brought because I want you to tell me what everything is.
Okay, let's go.
And I'm kind of excited because I told you I bring stuff to my clients.
And to your fiancée.
Yeah, she's going to be really excited. Okay, so tell me what this one is.
This is an almond croissant.
Looks so good. I love almonds too, so.
Yes, it's one of our bestsellers.
There's two of them. That's what that one is
So
too.
this one is a chocolate almond croissant. So there is chocolate and almond in that. Yeah.
And what are these called?
So this is a cannelé de Bordeaux. So it's a rum and vanilla cake.
Rum? You said
rum and vanilla.
Rum and vanilla
cake. Yes.
What is this one?
So that is a caprese croissant. So that's savory. It's mozzarella, pesto, and tomato on a croissant dough. This is our bestseller. So we created that to kind of replicate American cinnamon roll, but that is made with a croissant dough. So,
and what is there apple in it?
No.
What's that? What is in it?
Cinnamon.
Cinnamon?
Yes.
And what's this one?
And that is another savory croissant, another bestseller, ham and cheese with mustard from France too, whole grain.
Well, if I can eat this and it doesn't bother, because we have arthritis that runs in my family. So I will, if I eat, a lot of sweets or carbs, I'll feel it in my hands.
Oh.
They'll feel stiff the next day. And I think it's from the inflammation. So that's just why I stopped eating most carbs.
Okay.
So I'm excited to try these.
Okay. Yes, please give me your feedbacks.
Yeah.
You want me to?
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, thank you for bringing those.
Yes, you're very welcome.
Okay, so you said you don't know, like, you're not overly familiar with how America, how we cook everything, but you've lived here now. How different is it from France? What is your favorite thing about Americans that you don't have in your country? If there's anything. If there's nothing to, I won't judge you.
No, of course I love America and I love Americans. This is why I'm here. Especially here in Bozeman.
That's a very diplomatic answer.
No, this is true. I mean, there is people complaining about where they are and everything sucks or stuff like that. And I'm trying to find positive things always. So what is very different is the open-mindedness about creating a business, and they see that, and it's possible to do it here. In France, because we are more about going in vacation and taking it slow, when someone is very ambitious, you will be judged more than in the US. Of course, in the US, there is still those people. But I think it's more free and people have more desire to be successful and they are not shy about it. So because I'm this type of person, I really like this mindset here. Um, and in Bozeman, okay, my sister lives here, so this is why I chose it here. But for example, when she was living in Vermont, I would never have moved there. I did not know a lot about Vermont, but where she was, I was not envisioning myself there. But here, people were so nice, and they are just helping. They were just helping me with everything. I went to different coffee shop. They all open their knowledge to me. The bakeries, I know all the bakery owner here. It's very good community to create a business. If you're nice, they're nice. I mean, there is no reason why they will not be. But sometimes some people don't need a reason to not be nice. So yes, I love that about the US, especially Bozeman, because I don't know everywhere else how it's working, but here it's very friendly.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more because I grew up not far from Vermont, but in upstate New York, and I felt that the first time I came here, particular. It's just the people are so friendly and welcoming. So now that I own a business here, I always try to. My favorite term is Montana hospitality. But
Yes.
we really make people feel welcome, make them feel like they're with their friends, like we're friends and family. We're not just strangers running a business, and like that's how I was met here. So I try to make sure I extend that to. And a lot of people, like yourself and Sai, people from all over the world, a lot of people feel that here. So I don't think it's not just you. I think it's very common here.
Yes.
And so how does that, when people go to your country where you're from, do you think that they feel that, or do they feel unwelcome or a little in the middle?
Do you mean when people go to France?
Yeah.
I think
This is your country, so yeah,
yes.
but to France.
Most of them are not always welcomed the proper way, uh, in their opinion. Because in my opinion, when I go back to France, I feel welcome everywhere. Maybe because I'm French, um, but also because I speak French. And there is a lot of people who are going there and then they're just, speaking English or not trying to, understand each other. And in France, there is a lot of people speaking English, but this is not a reason to immediately switch to English. And French people want to keep their secret spot secret and not have too many tourists. So I think they are making it hard for other tourists. Um, and also, they are very honest and we are not like fluff. Um, I'm not saying that it's fluff is bad, but I'm saying that in the US, people will ask you, how is your day going and how are you? And in France, they will not ask you that if they don't know you, because the time that they will ask you that, they will really care about the answer. And in the US, it's just polite to do it. And it's not the same culture than in France. Or in France, you go to the grocery store, your cashier is not going to ask you that. He will say bonjour, he will say au revoir, and that's it. That doesn't mean it's rude. That doesn't mean that they don't care about other people. It's just you are not their friend, so they will not fake it. That's what French people think, okay? That doesn't mean that it's the truth. So every time I bring American to France or I give them advice, they have a good time and I introduce them to people and to the secret spot, well, very well secret, like kept secret, and they're having a blast. But there is other people who are telling me, oh, I went there and could not go to that club. And then I'm just like, yeah, if you're like 5 dudes, not well dressed and already drunk, you're not gonna get there. So next time, do that and that, and then you will be, you will be welcomed the proper way. So it's because it's way different that it's hard to understand. And it's also challenging because we look similar, you know,
Yeah, yeah.
like European and North American, we look similar. And so we don't think that the culture is so different, but trust me, it is. So it's very funny for me to see, wow, I would not have think that before I lived currently, in the US, especially, for example, for the food. I didn't know that Americans love spicy food. And here I am having a hard time not finding spicy food. There is spice in everything, like it's hot. And I cannot handle that. But for example, if you are not here and living here, you don't know that. Like French people don't eat very hot. I mean, some of them, but it's not spicy. And here everybody's, adding spicy sauce to their dish. And I'm just like, how can you do that? And we don't know that from far away. It's just like a very funny thing that I realized when I moved here, that you cannot know before you live here for a while. So,
That makes sense. Have you been to Shan?
yes,
It's all spicy.
it's so good. Well, if you ask, they will make sure that they don't
Mhm.
put spice. Yes, I've been, and it's incredible.
Yeah, we're very fortunate to have a place like that. It's
Yes,
just a very different mix, and I like some spice, but not too much. So I do the same thing. Like, what do you have? That's little spice, the right amount, but if it burns, it's not enjoyable for
yeah,
me.
it's painful.
Yeah, but I met Jarrett, and I love what he does, and it's very
Yes,
cool. And when I think of you say that though, but there's definitely different parts of the U.S. that you might not get that same sort of friendliness. Like, have you been to New York City or big cities?
yes,
Because it's not very personable. It's kind of like, get out of my way. I'm trying to do stuff.
Well, actually, I think that New York is very welcoming. I don't
How
know
interesting.
why. Yes,
See,
I think that's the diversity.
I think too, though, and I've said this forever, but I probably sound like a hippie or sound crazy, but I think it's your mindset, because I say that all the time to people. If if you go to Bozeman and you think everyone is like, they're all from California and they all suck, like that's all you'll see. But
Yeah.
if you have a good mindset that there's a lot of nice people here, you'll usually find nice people. But if you go to New York City and you're like, everyone's an asshole, then you most likely will find all the assholes. That's my
Yeah,
experience.
because you are looking for them.
Yeah, precisely. So I know that sounds stupid, but that's been my experience. So
Yeah.
it's cool to hear you say that, because it does, like when you said ambition isn't as admirable in France, because in New York people are very ambitious. People want to get stuff done, and I would say in Montana, there's plenty of ambitious people, but it's a different level. Like I think, and I really respect that they prioritize family and personal time a lot, and
Yes.
that I think sometimes that gets pushed to the side in New York a lot. So I love the balance, but I have to regulate that too, because I will be too ambitious. I will work 16 hours a day, 7 days a week, and then I'll be like, what are people waiting for? Please get out of my way. But I need to slow down sometimes, and I've learned to balance. But
Yes.
when I get too impatient, I say, oh, my New York is flaring up. And and I didn't grow up in the city. I grew up on a farm in the middle of nowhere, but it's just kind of the energy there. We're all
Yes.
like a little fast paced, for better or worse.
I think it's very different in New York than here or any big city, because when you go to New York, you go there like to have a chance to create something. You go there not to hang out.
Mhm.
You go there to work hard, because the life is so fast paced and it can be draining very fast, that I think if you don't really want to go there for that, you're not going to choose to live there. And here in Montana, it's more for the outdoors
Mhm.
and, this type of more laid back lifestyle, and which is good. And which I like about here, because as a French person, we have 5 to 6 weeks paid per year of
Nice.
vacation. We have health, insurance and all that things that is making your life way easier. We work 35 hours per week, not more. And that doesn't mean that we don't like to work or we are not working, this 36 hour, like this extra hour is just because we have a really life who is balanced.
Mm-hmm.
And that doesn't mean that you don't want to work or you're lazy. Not at all. I really believe that if you have your time to enjoy your life and be healthy, then you will be more productive at work. And sometimes in the US, because everything is about money, people want to work, 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 and they need to do it. And then they just lose themselves and they don't have this balance, and then everything is just falling down. So it's very tricky to keep that living in the US. Um, yeah, balance.
Yeah, it's in our culture. It's in everything. Like work, and we we're consumers. We have so much shit. There's so much to buy. There's so many things to have, and there's so much to compare it to. So it's hard not to get caught in that trap.
Yeah.
I really do like working, but I do have to be careful too, because sometimes you just get kind of addicted to the game, and then you're like, why am I doing this? But
Yeah.
I don't know.
So what I implemented this year is to have a set schedule. So to not get too sidetracked, I have very particular slots in my calendar that I know that I have this period of my day, I do that, and after I do that, and then after I do that, on that many hours per week. And then I know that if I follow that, I will get everything done in that many hours. And then at the end, you're just like, oh, I've been so productive on those 8 hours per day, for example, then everything else can wait until tomorrow because there is no emergency anymore. And more you do that, easier it is, and more you can enjoy your evening. And I did not do that for years, but then I joined a program last year about business, which is amazing. And they taught me how to do that, and it's life-changing. So then you don't get caught in wanting to do more because you are structured. But before I was the opposite of that. I was
Mm-hmm.
working way too much. And yeah, I lost myself too. So I totally get you.
What's the program?
It's called Well-Oiled Operations.
Well-oiled operations.
Yes. By Stacy Tushel. So it's like a 6-month program.
Okay.
And I renewed, so it will be 1 year.
I will find it and put it in the description if people want to check it out.
Yes, it's amazing. My coach, Tracy, is great. And this is, yeah.
So it just helps keep keep some order so you're not going crazy and not just getting lost in it.
Yeah, because I was like that before. I was working between like 80 to 100 hours a week. I was not sleeping. I was not eating. And it was terrible. So I touched rock bottom, and then I was like, I need to do something about that. And then since then, I learned all the things that I did not learn at a business school or wherever. And I think after 1 year in that program, so it will be in March, the end of that, now I can say that I know how to run a business. Of course, we are learning every day. Like it's never ending,
Yeah.
right? But then I put my team and everything in the loop to do it with me. And we're having a lot of success thanks to that program. And yeah.
How'd you find this program?
I think I was very well targeted for months and months on social media.
Oh,
And one day I was like, oh, what is that?
nice.
And then they immediately convinced me. I mean, it was pretty easy because I needed help. On the first call that I did, they told me, you need to hire an executive assistant. And I was talking with Nick from Dunzo,
Mm-hmm.
and I was about to do that. And I was like, oh, if they say that, if it's the first advice from them, it's an easy one, right? But it's legit, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So I hire an executive assistant through Dunzo, and that was amazing. That changed my life. And then I entered this program, and then I can put my executive assistant, or now my COO and my manager, they are in the program with me. So it's not just myself learning things and telling them, oh, I learned that. No, we're all learning about everything in the business: hiring, firing, SOPs, putting in place all the system, being a good leader. There is like a workshop about working with family member. And that's very important. So like, I learned a lot through that to work with my sister. This is why now she's part of the bakery world. But yes, that's, I don't want to promote them too much because that's not the point of the podcast. But this is amazing. That changed my life. And next week I will be in Vegas with them presenting a 15-minute presentation and running for an award because I have been selected within the 10 last participants to run for that. So I will see. I'm kind of,
That's so cool.
I'm excited.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I'm excited.
And
It's
now,
scary, but
I was going to say shout out to Nick Russo with Dunzo,
yes.
because I've gotten to know Nick too, and as well hired an assistant, and it's, it's life-changing in a lot of ways because it's very hard to focus on your business and how you will, run it in 6 months if you're so busy doing everyday stuff.
Yes.
And that was kind of what I asked you, I guess, initially. Do you bake every day or what are you doing? And how has that transition been? Because you went from doing real estate probably more on your own to now you're leading a big team. So I'd imagine you had to learn a lot about leadership and a
Yes.
team.
Yeah, it's hard at the beginning because, I didn't have experience with that, hiring, firing. The people in your team is like the most important thing in your business. Because they work and they wake up every morning to come to work, and you need to provide them the tools to be successful if you want them to be successful and if you want your business to be. So yes, I learned a lot. I learned the hard way. And then now I would say it's easier because of everything business-wise that I learned. And I wish I would have known all of that before. But there is still a difference between someone who is going to business school and it's all theoric. And then when you do it for real, I think there is a gap too. However, if you have, the knowledge of it, you can be faster, profitable, and faster a good leader than what I did. It was not ideal, but I just did it and learned from it. So,
Well,
yeah.
you're preaching to the choir because my business has gotten a lot bigger this year than it was last year. So we essentially did 3 times the business last year, and now we're growing, and I have a much bigger team, and it's been a lot of painful growing pains.
Yes.
Like similar to you, that's ultimately why I ended up at the mastermind group. That's why I got to know Nick and Monica, because you're like, man, I need some help. So
Exactly.
you start to seek out, and then back to what you were saying with Montana, there's an amazing community here that's ready to help people in business and just in life, and I'm very fortunate to be a part of it.
Yeah, especially everybody in the group is very nice and helpful, and they will give you time and advice for free, I would
Yeah,
say.
yeah.
But it's also good to see other business owner struggle because you feel less lonely. And I feel like when you have your business, even if you have your family behind you and all the support around you, like you are the one making those tough decisions, and sometimes you can feel very lonely. And seek help and advice from other business owner make you feel less like, oh, I'm a failure. No, it's just hard, and it will always be hard, but then you will get used to it and you will know how to react to those things. So maybe it will one day be less hard, okay? But it's never stopping. Like as long as you are working with people around you and you are not just on the computer, and even the computer, you can have like a problem with electricity or internet or whatever could be. But with people who are all different, this person can be good here or not here and can have something to say to this person. It's endless. But it's why it's great when it's working. The people are why this is so amazing. And that being said, like the people in your team and the customer that you serve, this is what you are doing it. Why? And it's amazing. This is the reward. That's the people.
Yeah, I could not agree more. I was talking to a client last week. We get very busy from Christmas to New Year's, and maybe you do too with the baking. And I was driving a client, and he was saying, you guys are doing so good. You got referred to us by these people and they have nothing but good things to say about you. And I'm like, it's my team. My team is the one that's, out there in the middle of the night, early in the morning, taking people where they need to go. I like, I'm a part of it, but like, it's the team. They're the ones that are showing up every day and being on time and doing a good job. And I couldn't agree more that it's the people within your team, and then it's the people being your clients, your customers.
Yeah, totally.
When I started doing the mastermind group, I was saying to my fiance, I was like, because when you were saying it's lonely, I'm like, it's really, it's just group therapy.
Yeah.
But
Business group therapy.
yeah,
Exactly. Yes.
but I know the feeling because when when you're dealing with this, sometimes I found myself kind of carrying the emotional weight of my entire team and my clients. And yeah, there's a lot of dynamics of different emotions. And I'm like, man, how do I give them what they want? How do I make sure I'm okay? How do I make sure my clients are okay? Like this client might be complaining, that employee might have a problem. I might be the problem. And you can't go talk to your employees about your problems with your employees, or you're just trying to figure it out. But you do go to that business group, and it's very humanizing and refreshing to hear other people say, yeah, man, I went through that, try this and do this. And it's actually you're the problem. And so,
Yes. Usually, when there is a big problem in the team, is about your leadership.
mhm,
And this is very like humbling to work on that because it's like, it's not possible. It's your team sucks. No, that's
yeah,
not that. It's like the training and the system and you being here or you being listening to them or. So yes, that's amazing. The human part of that. It's beautiful.
I think what you said too to business school is it is theory. And I didn't go to any business school, but until you start doing it, and then you're like, I have no idea how to do this. I don't know how to be a leader of 10 people or of 3 people. And then yeah, you kind of, I don't know. Maybe some people have it figured out ahead of time and get it perfect, but I think most of the people that stay in business, they figure it out along the way, and then they either decide this is not for me, or they learn how to do it, because it'll break you if you don't build a system.
Yes, that's true.
It can be emotionally a lot if it's chaos and it's a giant mess and you've got clients that are going crazy, and employees, and it's your fault. Like I don't think that's something you can tolerate long term. So you gotta build a system and figure out, hey, I either need to do this right or not do it at all.
Yeah, listening to feedback and also not every feedback is good to take, right?
Mhm.
But yeah, I learned that this year to listen to people, listen to customer, listen to my employees, and this is how you know you create a link between people, and also if your people are standing up for you, they will understand if sometimes you have a problem or you don't know how to deal with that. They will help you if you are helping them when they need to. So
I used to say, that all your business does is reveal yourself to yourself. It's a giant mirror.
mm,
And then for me, it pointed out all my weaknesses. I'm not good at handing stuff off. Like, I'm trying to do everything myself. So I have some control issues. And then I'm not good at some details and organizing things. And like every weak spot was just exposed. And then it gave me a chance to work on it, but it's not always that fun.
yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's absolutely true. Now you say that because if you are disorganized in your private life and then you are trying to build a business the way that you are, oops, that will be like, the compound effect will be a huge mess. So yes, I think also, um, I don't know for you, but I grew in my personal life at the same time as the business, because with all the books that I listen to, I listen a lot of books, and all that is like I grow and I improve in my business and also in my own life. It's crazy how we are linked to our business, but our private life, my private life is way different right now than when it was very messy or before I opened the bakery. So it's just like we're one person doing different things and being at home with someone or being out there with customer or being out there in your business, but we are just one individual. And I think when you grow somewhere, you grow kind of everywhere at the same time.
I completely agree. I think of, how you do one thing is how you do all things. So
Exactly. Yep.
it's always going to have that compounding effect. And I'm a lot more graceful and generous with other businesses and business owners because I know. So I'm not going to sit there and act like I have these unbearable expectations for other people because I know what it's like to be in that seat. So it makes me a lot more compassionate to all humans because I realize there's a lot of complexity to what we're doing.
Absolutely. Since I work in food industry, I understand so much better the struggle when I go to restaurant, for example. And you see, like sometimes you go to restaurant and you look at their Google review, and you have like, mad people like putting very bad review. And those people, I don't think they have been in this type of business because they will have another point of view if they would. Like all the people were like, that was too cold, that was too nanny, that was, of course, there is plenty of things that we can improve all the time. But if you know how hard is it, you will not leave this type of review. You will go talk to a manager very nicely and be like, hey, that could be improved. And now, me too. Like since I have been starting that, I was not like mean or whatever before, but now I see it everywhere.
Mm.
I'm just like, oh my God, they are doing their best. So
Some people complain about the temperature in a room when they walk into it.
I'm cold right
Are you
now.
warm yet or no? You're
No.
still cold. Yeah. No, I completely agree. Like at sometimes there is a point, and I try to be very aware of this though, when you really do have to say something, or you're like, hey, I'm spending a lot of money here, and this isn't just like an average experience; it's way below. And then but yeah, a lot of that can go back to leadership, and then it gets into stuff like, why are these people even doing this? Do they want to do this? And then you start to ask yourself questions: why am I running my business? What am I trying to do? And it never ends, like you're saying.
Yeah.
I don't know how much you've thought about this, but if you had to, what would you say is the most valuable thing you've learned, either from your team, your business, or your employees, that you take into your life?
Patience. Being patient.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, and I guess that's to what I was just saying, because like, why are you doing this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think patience, that taught me a lot because I always have been very the opposite of that. Like I
Mm-hmm.
want everything now being done perfectly.
Mm-hmm.
And when you train people, you see that it's not possible. We all are very different and they will be better at you on doing something else that you will not be good at and vice versa. So yeah, I think being supportive and understanding, I think, yeah, compassion. This is one of our core values at the bakery.
That's very cool. Yeah, my team, like of our drivers, chauffeurs, what you want to call them, a lot of them are like, that's originally what I was doing. A lot of them are a lot better at than me.
Yes, right now, because they do that every day and
Yeah.
you don't anymore.
And I was just saying to Kate, like, I was like, I am I am the least uninformed on it. Like I might do it once or twice a week, maybe. And I need to build better systems because if I can't remember it, how can I expect them to?
Yeah.
So we just need better systems. But I am, they tell me stuff and I'm like, oh, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. And that's why I try to do it enough so that I can see what's going on and hopefully make changes where they're needed to be made. But I can't be doing it every day, but I don't know, it's good to realize that like sometimes you're not even the best person for the job.
Oh,
And
yes,
there's people that are passionate about it and very good at it.
exactly. I think when you are a good leader, you know how to pick and to train someone to be even better than you. So then you don't need to do it anymore. And then you can have like 10 people doing your job and then, you can focus on something else. But I would say that my bakers now that they are doing it every day, they're way better than me right now. Maybe I was better than them before, and I still know all the technique and everything. I will always have an input or mini thing to change or to improve. But right now, they are the masters.
That's cool though. That means like
Yeah,
you've done a great job and you've
yeah.
taught them.
Yeah, I think I have been struggling a lot with the team and hiring, but now I learned, right? All the team, the coworkers that we have right now, they all care. And that is a huge difference between other people. Like, oh, it's just a job. That's horrifying to hear. I'm just like, if it's just a job, just go push cart at Walmart, you will get all the benefits. But if people care, it will show in their work. It will show how they show up. It will show how they show compassion and care about their coworker or about the customer. And that is life-changing in a team.
Especially, and I mean, there's so many industries that are important, but when you're making food for people,
Yes.
it's something you can taste and feel. And we were talking about that earlier. It sounds, you sound like a hippie, or I sound like a hippie, which I'm fine if anyone wants to accuse me of that. But when you put when you put love into it, it's not like the real meaning behind that is you're really focused and you're putting your attention and you care and the details matter, and that's so much better than something you just kind of slap together. Like that's the whole reason I do this podcast, and I love talking to business owners because I love, knowing who's in the community, knowing who's putting their heart into their work, and then it's just fun for me to get to sit down with you and all these people and hear about it, but to see when people really care about what they're doing, like to me, that's what Montana is, because like you were saying, it's so welcoming and people really care, and I don't know, it just makes a fun life for everyone. So
Yes. Especially in food, as you said, it's an art. Like you are creating something from A to Z and someone else is enjoying it. So, or not. But it's beautiful. And every day you can improve, even if it's 0.5%. Every day you can improve and you can try different things, and then, you make people happy, So that's amazing.
yeah, I think you're obviously doing a great job in the fact that you're shipping your flour all the way here to deliver a better quality product. Kind of just speaks to, I'm sure, the intention you put into everything you do. So I'm excited to eat these, and I'm
Yeah.
excited to. I swear I'm gonna start taking those to my clients because they're gonna be like, "You've leveled up your game."
Yes, thank you.
I'll tell you this, not cold water. The reason that I have this water in a can is because I've tried to get away from the water with the plastics.
That's good.
And I used to say it forever, and we would put plastic bottled water in our car. And I'm like, I always say that we shouldn't be drinking out of plastic. It's probably a waste of material, and it's, the plastics you're drinking aren't good for you. I'm like, so I gotta provide that same thing for my clients. So that's why all our water is in aluminum. So it's a very small example of the way you get your flour from France, but I try to be very intentional. So
Yeah.
I would love to pass that along when I'm bringing these tasty delicacies to my clients.
Yeah, I would love to do that.
They would be very excited.
But I want to say about our ingredients, it's not just about the flour. We're importing the butter from France.
Oh, wow.
So everything in the croissant, in the layered dough, it's made with French butter from Normandy. And then the chocolate baton in the chocolate croissant and chocolate almond are from France too. The feuilletine in the royal cake is from France. The coffee extract in our macaron or in our éclair coffee is from France, and there is other things. But yes.
What do you know about the butter? Because I grew up on a dairy farm. So I'd imagine even the dairy farms are probably regulated much different than they are in the US.
Yes.
As far as what they feed the cows.
So the one that we are going with, it's grass-fed all the time. Maybe in the winter, I think they give them like normal food, not non-GMO things.
Do you know what kind of cows they come from, or no?
Yes, I don't know how to say that. They are different than in the US. They have the stain on them, the white and
are they
brown.
linebacker? White and brown.
It's like it's different in France.
Jersey.
The name, no, all those are American cows. It's like the French cows.
Huh, I didn't even know there was such a thing.
Oh yes, like Chartreuse. There is so many different ones. I actually went to Isigny-Sainte-Mère, so the butter production, the farm, and I name a ville. We just got out
Mm.
there, and yeah, I just follow all the process. And it's beautiful. It's very clean and amazing.
Yeah, I could show you. We had a small family farm, and we sold raw milk on the farm. And like my mother, she was very good about like what the cows would eat, tried to limit everything, and just to produce a much higher quality product.
Yes,
That's very cool. I can show you pictures after, but I'm curious what the French cows are.
there is so many. I'm not very good at all that because I have been vegetarian for 12 years. I'm not anymore because I live in Montana now.
Yeah,
So
I was gonna say all this talk, and then you tell me that.
no, but that means that I was not very interested in the type of cows that there is in France. But they are beautiful.
It was nice you gave me a good impression before you told me you were a vegetarian. So
I was.
if you had started with that, I would have.
No, now trust me, I eat a lot of meat from Montana. I eat elk and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I was like, I did not even know it was a thing before I moved here.
You know what somebody said, and they were talking about, and I don't have any problem with people that are vegans or vegetarians, is they said, even if you disagree, you don't think someone, in which to care, like I could care less, eat what you want, please. But there's amount of respect for somebody that can stick to a diet because you have some discipline. Like you know what I mean? You could take all these options to just eat whatever and you say, no, this is what I'm going to eat. And maybe it's for a moral reason or for a health reason, but I have an amount of respect for somebody who can stick to a diet because that takes actual intention and work.
Yeah, this is true. Well, for me, it was not that. It's just I never like really meat or even fish and seafood, and I still don't eat fish and seafood. However, for the meat, I changed that diet because I was with someone who had a business with a lot of meat, and he's like, you need to eat meat. So after 1 year anniversary, I was like, okay, that will be your present. And since then, I eat meat. So what I got out of this relationship who now ended, now I eat meat and I feel great. So I'm not like eating steak every day, but it's a healthy way, and I'm just trying to eat grass-fed and local meat here. Like I even try bison. So
yeah, and there's some really good places to get all that here.
Yes, I go very often to the Carlisle in the
Yep.
Element Hotel. So good.
Okay,
That's
I haven't
my
been there
favorite
yet.
restaurant. You should go.
Oh,
Like I
interesting.
go at least once a week.
What do they primarily serve there? American food?
Yes, but it's delicate. It's good. They're using our buns for their burgers, and they're using our croissant too for the brunch. It's very good.
Yeah, and I don't. Do you know the guy? Do you know North Bridger Bison? They have the bison farm towards the Bridgers. Matt.
I heard about them, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
Because they raise bison there, and you can buy like a quarter, I believe, a quarter or a half. I don't think it's sold retail in stores, but you can buy like a quarter or a half of the bison.
Wow. So I don't like to cook. This is why I go to the restaurant. Because like even for me, it's new to cook meat. And every time it's a process to be like, oh my God, I'm gonna cook meat. And like I need to touch the raw meat, and it's kind of weird for me. But this is why I go to very good restaurant because they have very good meat and I don't need to touch the meat.
All you need is a good cast iron pan, and you can make like
and
the
cook
best
at
steak.
home, right?
Yeah, I do it like a lot, but there's a lot of good restaurants, but I'm like, in my opinion, I can make such a good steak at home, and it's like,
yeah, well, I need to learn that.
yeah, it's pretty easy, and like I feel like a lot of people would want to teach you how to do it because it's like they're very proud of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I will need the cast iron then. But I have induction stuff. Do you think I can do induction and cast iron? I'm not sure.
What do you mean?
Like a cast iron. It's not gas, and I have an induction stove.
Oh yeah, you still can. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Don't quote me on that, but yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
I'm just saying that because I sound confident.
Okay.
But yeah, you should be. Yeah. Cool. So what else should people know if they want to come to the bakery? You guys are open every day but Monday?
Yes. So the bakery is in Four Corners. It's at the intersection with Baxter Lane and Jackrabbit Lane. 401 West Baxter Lane. And we are open every day but Monday from 7 to 1. And then now we have the Café Aurore in the Baxter Hotel on Main Street. downtown Bozeman, and we are open every day but Monday, and it's from 7 to 3. And during the summer, it's open longer, but during the winter, it's very dark, so we close.
Smart. Do you guys do anything else? You guys cater, like you do pies. That's what I wanted to ask you. What's the best pie in your opinion, or do you guys make some creative pies?
Yeah, so we call them tartes in French. We don't really make pies. But when I was talking about Pollyanna, they wanted apple pies from for Thanksgiving, and we made the American way.
Okay.
So apparently it was very good. Everybody loved them. And what my favorite one is the berry tart. So it's a thin crust with vanilla beans custard and with fresh fruit on the top. So it's better if you order it during the summer because it's very fresh and we put all type of berries. Sometimes we add some poached apricots or, it's very good and it's very fresh. But here the very popular one is the lemon meringue one. And
yeah, I'll take the berries. I'm not a lemon guy.
well, try ours.
Okay.
And you will see because I was not very into that before and I really like it.
Okay.
Yes.
Do you guys cater or do a lot of?
Yes.
Okay.
So we are doing catering. We are doing all type of event. We can deliver. We do weddings, bachelorettes. We do private jet catering. We can
Private jet, nice.
Yes, that's very cool.
What does an order for a private jet look like typically?
Oh, they can ask whatever they have in mind that they want to eat.
So what's like common though? Is it like because it's all
sandwich?
Okay.
Yes, sandwich because during the flight sometimes they just want to eat something very fast. Sandwich and all type of things.
What kind of sandwiches do you guys make?
Sorry.
That's okay.
We are
Like
making
a grilled cheese?
no. Yeah, you know what? It's not that far. We are making the croque monsieur. So the croque monsieur is with ham, cheese, butter. Yes, a lot of butter. And we are doing that on our burger buns.
Is it Swiss cheese?
So we just change for another one because I think the Swiss cheese in the US is not very good.
It's not. It's disgusting.
Yes, and I didn't know that before, so we started with that. But actually, this week we're just switching. I think it's called not very good. We have American American one, but we tried this morning. Monterey Jack.
Oh, Monterey Jack. Yeah.
Yes.
It can be. Yeah. Yeah. It just depends on what one you get, but that's like a good. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think Swiss cheese is disgusting.
Yeah, you are not the first one telling me that, and that's why we are switching.
Smart.
And
Good
yeah,
call.
I mean, Swiss cheese in France is absolutely incredible. Gruyere. I mean, we have like 500 different type of cheese in France, so we have a lot of choice. But yes, there is cheese in our sandwich. So we have another one with egg sandwich, and we have a Parisian sandwich, fully loaded with butter, ham, tomato, lettuce, cornichon. So the small gherkins, pickles.
Oh, yeah, what are they called? Say it. Yeah. I can't even wait, say it one more time.
Cornichon.
And they're the little pickles, right?
Yes.
Yeah, but see, so someone from France actually told me about them, but I swear it does not sound like that when you pronounce it.
Here, I think you call it gherkins.
I guess, yeah. Anyway, I know what you're talking about. They're very good. I like those.
Yes, they're very good. Yeah. So this one is fully loaded, and then we just have like the jambon beurre, so ham and butter, and we have
I thought they were called chinchurros.
No. Or maybe, but I don't call them like that.
Okay, that's what I thought they.
I never heard that word before.
Okay. Anyway, continue. Sorry.
And yeah, we have another option with vegetarian. With goat cheese and fig jam, arugula, and walnuts.
I think goat cheese is disgusting too.
Oh my god! So meat is good, but other stuff are not.
Yeah, and like the main reason I like primarily ate meat was just because of the inflammation. So I was like always trying to get away from all those ingredients that would
Do you eat veggies?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
And I like like a lot of greens. I like salads. I like I'm trying to look up this. Anyway, I might be out of my mind, but I must have just been making that up because I
Those
don't.
big pickles are American.
Chinchurro pickles, likely chinchurro.
It's Peruvian. It's not French.
Exactly, like I said.
I'm sure they are good.
Anyway, regardless.
Okay.
Luckily, I won't edit it. That's very interesting. I want to remind me when we get done, I want to ask you something about the sandwiches. I didn't realize that you guys make all that at the location.
Yeah.
And then do you serve them downtown as well or no?
So only the ham and cheese croissant.
Okay.
Yes, and I want to say that all the ham that we are getting is from Daniel's Gourmet Meat.
I was going to ask you where the ham comes from.
Yes, it's very good ham from a local butcher.
Nice. Okay, so and then you're catering. So whether it's the sandwiches or the bake, and you probably do a good wedding cake. Huh?
Yeah.
I'll have to see if my fiance got one figured out.
Oh yes, so now you're getting married.
Yeah.
When?
Oh, July. End of July 31st.
Okay.
Yeah.
We can make that happen.
So 8 months. Okay. Is that enough time?
Of course.
Okay. I'll talk to her tonight.
Okay.
Because she said I haven't been helping with much of the wedding planning. So
okay, just say that you found someone to make your cake.
Okay.
And then if she's not happy, well, you're like, oh, I'll try it.
I think she'll have a good
cool.
intro.
I hope so.
Okay, so what's the website?
My website, aurorebakery.com. So AURORE bakery.com.
And it's not Aurore. Tell me how to say it.
Yeah, no, it's good.
Aurore.
Yes, but there is no A at the end.
Aurore.
Yes.
Aurore Bakery.
Not Aurora. Aurore.
Aurore Bakery.
Yes, exactly.
.com.
Yes.
Okay, and you're on Instagram?
Instagram, Aurore French Bakery and Café Aurore Bozeman.
So if anyone wants to stop for a good cup of coffee or a delicious sandwich or treat, do you have any plans? Are you planning on doing anything big in the future? Any more expansion, more locations?
We will see about that. I think right now I want to focus on running and being profitable for those two businesses and give my team a little bit of, okay, we are established now and we are doing great. And yes, in the future, I would like to maybe have a restaurant to make a real French petit déjeuner, so breakfast, and then very simple menu, but very good ingredient. Don't need to have a super long, menu Roadhouse, Texas, or how do you call that?
Roadhouse, Texas.
How do you call that?
Texas Roadhouse.
Oh, okay. I'm just nothing is fresh here, I guess.
And
there's so much on the menu.
I've never been. No, I've been to one. I've been to one, but no, I guess I didn't eat there. So I've never been to the one here, and it's nothing against it, but I know it's a chain, and there's so many good local places here. So
yeah,
but Roadhouse, Texas.
Yes. It's a very fun place to go, but it's not to eat good quality, I guess.
Yeah, that's cool. I've respect for what you're doing, and it's very impressive that you've been doing it for. You said it'll be 3 years this year.
Yes.
Yeah, I thought you guys were open a lot longer, but I hear nothing but good things about your business all over town. So
thank you.
Thank you for coming, and congrats on all your success and hard work. And if we can ever help you out in any way, please let us know.
Okay. Yeah. Cool. Well, that's amazing. I can maybe give you some flyers or cards to give to
please do.
your customer or client. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
See ya. Thanks for listening, folks. You can find the full blog post for every episode along with key takeaways and links at mountain-mule.com. If you haven't yet, consider following the show. That one small action helps these Montana businesses get seen, grow, and thrive, and it helps this podcast keep going too. If you know a business that would be a good fit for the show, we'd love to hear from you. Just reach out through the website or social. Thank you for supporting these Montana businesses. See you on the next show.